Bandoo. Well, you're going to find out in just a moment. How are you doing, Cecil?
I am great, Nadine, and you?
I am good. I'm good. It's so good to see you after all these years. You don't look like any different. You changed? No change.
No, it's just that the cold has lightened my complexion.
Oh my good. Maybe I need to come up there and get a little lighter. It's so good to see you. So we're on a journey and we're asking persons about their the role that they played in the development of Love 101. And I want to first ask, what are your first memories of Love FM? How did you first hear about Love? This is before you apply for a job. What did you think about the station? You know?
Okay, well, that's easy. I was in another job at the time, and I had a friend who worked at Love, and she kept, telling me they need an accounting person. Would you please apply? And I kept delaying, and she was persistent. Eventually, I said, okay, I'm going to give it a try and see where it goes. And that's what started my journey. I
Wow.
went through the interview process and I was selected. And that started probably one of my best move in my career.
Why was it one off? That's powerful.
It is. Um, I got the opportunity at Love to really blossom out, and I evolved into just more than an accounting person.
Yes.
It gave me the opportunity to be customer facing. It gave me the opportunity to develop my team. It gave me the opportunity to report to senior management, to get to know how they think, what are their
Yes.
expectations, things like that. I had that opportunity, and it really grew my career. It
Wow.
launched me to where I am today.
Wow, that's amazing. So now you know, those of you who are listening and watching, that Cecil Bandoo, he was our accountant, but I would say accountant extraordinary because what I remember of you, Cecil, you were on top of things. You kept us on our toes. You were very thorough, very, very good in managing stuff. And as you said, that you learned a lot on your journey. Um, any thing that stands out in your mind? Anything that happened at the office or situation that stands out that every now and again you look back and you say or you laugh or.
So it was February 93 that I
What?
started to work at Love. And
Wow.
that first weekend was when the station ran the weekend vigil.
Yes.
And I hadn't completed a full week at Love yet. And
Mm-hmm.
I volunteered to be there with Nigel. It was called Nigel's Vigil.
Nigel's Vigil, yes.
Yes, so I spent my first weekend at the station going without sleep for the entire vigil. That probably is
Wow.
my most memorable, being the first, and not knowing what I'm expecting and not knowing, how it would play out. Would I fall asleep and leave Nigel on his own and all that?
I did not even remember that. You are so right. You are so right. Wow.
Yes, and I partnered with him every year since then, while I worked at the station.
Yes. And I remember those times you'd have to have a lot of coffee and a lot of what was the drink? Was it Malta? I don't remember, but you had to have a lot of that to keep you awake and keep you going.
Yes, we needed that, but the calls from the viewers also was interactive. And
Yes.
so, and between conversations with Nigel and the other technical guys, we had enough to keep us awake.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome. Um, the the journey at Love had its highs and its lows. What do you think kept you focused over, even when we're going through some rough patches? What kept you focused on the finish line, as it were?
Yeah. That's an interesting question, Nadine. And often I have thought about that too on my own. And for me, it's just delivering on what you're asked to do.
Mm.
And along the way, we'll have headwinds. And along the way, we might have disappointments or even disagreements. But,
Yeah.
staying focused on what the big goal is how I have managed to do that. And I had a great team working with as well, and the support from them was really tremendous, and that allowed me to meet my deliverables and to step up into new areas and to just as it were spread my wings and see what else was there to do.
Yes. Um, the the time that came that you had to leave. Oh, what was going through your mind? How was that?
Even now, I view that with mixed emotions. Love FM was my home for so many years, and I developed such camaraderie with everybody there. I could call every name and tell you something about them, and that was good. And when the opportunity came for me to migrate, and that's the only reason I left Love, because of the migration. When that opportunity came up, I looked at it as okay, it's an opportunity to see what's on the other side of the fence. It was also an opportunity to look at my own personal growth and to see, how far up in the world, in the career part of my life I could go. And when I had to leave that last day, it was very emotional. Yeah, it was a very
Um,
emotional day. Even now, thinking about that, it's still emotional.
wow, I can see, I can see that and hear that. We back then had a family, even before we were known as a family station, because back then the tagline was "Giving the Wind a Mighty
Mighty
Voice."
voice, yes.
Yeah, and now it is the family station, but we had family. We had a sense of family there. It wasn't always perfect, but we made it work.
Yes.
Yeah,
And do you
yeah.
know, Nadine, the only thing I asked for when I was leaving the station was a picture frame.
Hmm.
And you know what's in that picture frame? All
What?
the faces of love who were there at the time. And everybody had a little note that they stuck beside their name. And today I still have my photo frame in my living room. And so
Wow!
often I go back to look at all those comments and look at all those faces. It's a
Wow!
constant reminder of somewhere that I really love.
Oh, Cecil, you're blessing me. You're blessing me. Oh my word. This is truly beautiful. I wish everyone would get a chance to know and understand who you are, but thank God for this time. Thank God for this feature, the faces of love, so that persons can really understand the what built love, built
Yes.
on love is built on love.
On love, yes. It's built on love,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Yeah. Cecil, you have really blessed me, with that testimony. What is your prayer now for Love 101?
Yeah. So I always think about love with fond memories, and I think about where we started from and where we got. And the theme then is what I would like to say. Now, as the station goes forward, to continue to give the wind a
A
mighty
mighty
voice.
voice. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I
Yeah.
do listen to the station when I get a chance. You're streaming live, and I do get to listen to it sometimes. And, I like the content. There have been lots of changes,
Mm.
but the content continues to be good. And, the involvement with young people in Jamaica is one of the things that I really believe will
Yes.
chart our future. And the more we invest in our young people, giving them a voice and allowing them to, talk about things that are deep inside, and allowing them to express and to, get the counseling and the
Yes.
assistance that they need, I believe that will develop them into being the persons that they are meant to be. And who knows, they might even become more involved in the station itself.
Yes, indeed, indeed. Because as persons leave, some newer faces and voices are coming. So it evolves, but love still stands, and that's the theme this year. We stand.
Yes.
Cecil.
And I remember, listening to Small People,
Yes.
and that Colleen used to host.
She still
And she
hosted.
still hosts it. Okay, good.
Yes.
Right, because that was one of the programs that brought out so much out of the young people. And when I listen, I hear names that used to call her on the program
Yes.
hosting now, so
Yes.
that's a tremendous
That's the
yes.
yes. Yes, indeed. That's a good memory. And you're going to be hearing more from her as well. Cecil, it was so good talking with you. And thank you for sharing that. And Cecil.
Yeah.
Cecil would always come and say, "You have the best voice anywhere on radio."
Yes. And I stand by that today. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I do pray you all the best. Stay warm and stay covered and stay safe.
Thank you, Nadine, and all the best to you and the Love family as well.
Thank you. All right. Bye bye.
Okay.
This is our love song for love. Our love song for peace. Our love song for you. Our love song for me. Our love song for us. Cause love is what we need. Our love song. Cause we are family. You're my brother. You're my sister.